everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing another Halloween home decor haul. I did one of these back in August, which if you haven't watched, I will leave a link to it up in the eye in the corner, but obviously that was very early in the season. Stores did not have all of their decor out yet, so I went back to all of those places and I found so many cute things, so that is what I'm going to be showing you in this video. I've got quite a lot to go through, so without further ado, let's just jump right into it. First up, I'm going to start with the stuff I found at Michael's. I usually have pretty good luck with Michael's Halloween home decor. Like, I like 90% of the stuff that they put out, which is both unlucky and lucky depending on how you look at it. One of the things I really like about them is that they tend to release a lot of the same things in addition to new items. So some years where I will pass on buying something and then I'll be like, darn, I really should have bought it, but there's a chance it might be there next year, and that was the case with this throw pillow. No joke, I feel like I've had my eye on this pillow for at least 2 to 3 years and I just never ended up buying it, but this year I found it at 40% off and I think I had an additional 15% off coupon that included sale items, so I finally bought it and I love it, and it lives in my bedroom now on my bed. So this just says the Curiosity Shop, established 1868, rare objects and oddities, all things strange and exotic, and it has a raven and a skull and a candelabra and some books and just a lot of things that I love. So I absolutely love this throw pillow and I'm so glad that I finally bought it after looking at it for like 3 years. Speaking of throw pillows, I actually decided to get rid of all of the ones that I had on my couch and just completely redo the vibe of it, because I used to have these like big red throw pillows and I just didn't really feel like they went with the decor of my living room anymore. So instead I found this beautiful cat face pillow also at Michael's, and it has these gorgeous blue eyes that almost identically match my couch. These are a little lighter and more on the blue side, and my couch is a little bit more of like a turquoisey color, but it still goes really perfectly with my couch, and I obviously have a lot of black decor and like Halloween decor in general in my living room, so this matches just perfectly on my couch and I absolutely love it, and it reminds me of Chomper, my cat. And the last thing that I found at Michael's I bought to hang in my dining room, and it is this wall hanging that says "Be Our Ghost" with a skull, like a 3D skull that pops out of the center of it. So I saw this, and as a Disney person, my brain immediately went Disney, like Be Our Guest. This is like a combination of Disney and spooky things, which are my two favorite things, so of course I had to buy this and put it up in my dining room. So yeah, I just love this. I don't know, it's not something that I would usually go for because I don't really have a lot of like skeleton or like skull things as far as home decor goes, but for some reason, like I said, I think it's just like the Be Our Ghost thing and, you know, Disney and stuff like that that just made this really stand out to me, and I just love it, so I bought it. There's also one other thing that I bought at Michael's, but I'm going to save talking about it to the end of this video. Next up, I got one thing at BoxLunch, which I know is probably not the first place you think of when you think of Halloween home decor, but they actually have some really cute Halloween Disney merchandise there, including this lovely Nightmare Before Christmas mirror, which is obviously very reflective, so hopefully you can kind of see what it looks like, but it just has the silhouette of Jack and Sally on the spiral mountain. It's not a very big mirror at all, so it wasn't very expensive, but I think it looks super cute. It's got like gold edging all around it, and I think it looks really elegant, so I hung it up in my dining room, and it's honestly one of my favorite pieces that I have in there, and I will probably leave it up all year round. Next up, I have two pieces that I got at the Christmas tree shop. Normally I would actually buy a lot more of their Halloween decor, but I feel like their prices went up, which I know is happening everywhere. However, the quality of Christmas tree shop merchandise has just never really been that great. Every once in a while you can find like a hidden gem in there of something that's really good for an affordable price, but like I have bought mugs there in the past that the paint started chipping off of within one hand wash. So I just didn't really feel like spending the cost of the things there, considering the quality of a lot of them. A lot of like their pictures were even like printed kind of lopsided as well, I noticed. So I only ended up finding two things there, which were only $1.99 each, so that felt okay purchasing. And the first one is just this little wall hanging that says "Trick or Treat" with a little bat on it, and then similarly I picked out this one that says "Booyah," and it's got a little ghost on it with some black and white stripes. So these I hang in my kitchen, and they actually usually come out with things like very similar to this for all of the holidays. So I've got these stacked one on top of each other in the kitchen, and then I switch them out for each season or holiday. So yeah, these are really cute, $1.99. I didn't think it was too bad, but like I said, like the quality of them isn't the best, and I had to like look through every single one of these to find one that had a good paint job on it, because a lot of them are just kind of sloppy and not very well done. Next up we have At Home, which again, I tend to have a lot of luck with the Halloween decor at Home, and I really have to pace myself whenever I shop there. So we have another throw pillow that I bought to go on my couch. So this one is pretty big to fit in frame, but it says "Welcome to our coven," and it's got spider webs on either side. But it doesn't end there. It's actually like double-sided, and it has this beautiful like emerald green color with this, I don't know if you can really see it, but it's got this printing on it. It reminds me of like a damask kind of print, but it's got skulls and bats in it, and it looks super just like elegant, and I absolutely loved it as soon as I saw it. This side doesn't really go with my living room because, like I said, I have like a turquoisey kind of couch, so like it wouldn't clash completely, but it just doesn't exactly go with it. So I've just had this on display, and I think this is super cute. And the other thing I found at Home is one of those purchases where like as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need this, but as soon as I got it home, I was like, why did I buy this and where am I gonna put it? But it is this lovely candelabra. So these are sold separately, obviously. I bought the candles at Home also, which I wish I could have found like battery operated ones, but I couldn't. I probably just have to look a little bit harder or look online or something like that. So these are like real candles, but I bought this candelabra because it just looks fascinating. It's got these beautiful kind of like gargoyle sort of faces on it, and it's just such an elegant looking piece. Like I saw it and I thought of Beauty and the Beast because this looks very similar to the architecture in his castle. As per usual, I tend to associate a lot of things with Disney, and that tends to be the deciding factor on whether I buy a lot of things or not, but I love it. I just absolutely have no place to put it. So right now it's just been like right in the center of my dining room table, even though I already have a candelabra on my dining room table. So now I have a second one, which if I ever move and, I don't know, get like I imagine one day me having like, you know, the informal dining room in the kitchen and then like the formal dining room in the dining room, and this seems like a formal dining room kind of piece. So yeah, maybe one day this will really come of use, but for now I have absolutely nowhere to put it, but I love it. Next up we have the things I found at Spirit Halloween, which so far I've gone to Spirit twice and I found 2 things on each trip. So the first time I found this lovely Corpse Bride mug. When I saw it, I immediately thought, I don't have a Corpse Bride mug, I must add it to my collection, so I did. And yeah, it's just got like the movie poster on the front, and then on the back it says there's been a grave misunderstanding, which this you can definitely tell that it's got like a sticker on it, which at this point I kind of thought that these were going to start to like peel off or something, but I have used this so many times because I love it. So pretty much every time I drink coffee this Halloween season I've used this mug, and it is still yet to come off. So I'm like really pleased with the quality of this mug, and like none of the pictures has started to like chip off or peel off or anything, and it is also a really decent sized mug. Like this is a big old mug, which is exactly how I like to have my coffee. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. And then also on my first trip to Spirit, I found this journal, a part of the like Ouija board collection that they had. They had like a whole Ouija collection of all kinds of different things. So I picked out the journal because this was the most like me of everything in the collection. And what I love about this journal is that, first of all, the pages are all like this beautiful, like weather-worn kind of off-white color that gets darker around the edges, and they've got the moon and the sun, and it just says Ouija on the bottom. But also, it looks like you can take this journal out and then just use this journal cover on any other notebook. I haven't actually tried to take it out, but I'm like 99% sure that you can. I feel like I'm going to accidentally like rip the journal trying to take it out, so that's why I haven't really tried yet. But I think this is super beautiful and just like a really good quality item. And this is what it says on the back. It says Mystifying Oracle knows all the answers, and it's got a planchette on there. So yeah, I am really, really happy with this purchase, and I think this is going to be the next journal that I use once I fill up the one that I'm currently writing in. And the next time that I went to Spirit, I actually went there with specific things in mind, which was looking for like wall hangings, because I am redoing my bathroom to be all Halloween themed, so I wanted a like Halloween wall hanging to go in my bathroom. So the first thing that I found is not going in my bathroom. I think it's either going in my bedroom or my hallway, but it's just this little wall hanging that says Boo, and it looks like it's made of kind of like a burlap kind of material, and it's got a little burlap bow on the top. I thought this was really cute, and I think it was only $7.99, which I thought was a pretty good price for something like this. But then what I found to go in my bathroom came from their Nightmare Before Christmas collection, and I just love this. It looks like an old-fashioned newspaper article, or not even old-fashioned. I have to remember that they do still print newspapers, so this isn't even that old-fashioned looking. It looks like just a regular old newspaper from nowadays, but it's basically like Christmas comes to Halloween Town, and then they've got all of these little things about like Jack, and on the bottom it says 0 saves the day and lights the way for reindeer to fly through the fog thicker than jelly brains. And who is that standing on Spiral Hill? I just think this is super cute, and I thought this would be perfect because it does have a very Christmassy kind of focus to it, so I can just leave this up all year round because it works for Halloween and Christmas, which are pretty much the only two things I decorate for. Like, it's Christmas, November, and December, and from January to October, it's Halloween. And then the last two pieces I have to talk about, I'm actually just going to insert pictures of them on the screen because they are already on display outside of my apartment, and I don't really want to drag them all the way back in. But that is a new Halloween doormat and wreath. So the wreath I bought at HomeGoods, and it is probably the most beautiful Halloween wreath that I've ever seen personally. I just think it looks so elegant with the red roses, and it has these like black leaves kind of draping or hanging over the edge of it, which is like an extra little touch that I don't see on a lot of wreaths. But I just think it looks absolutely gorgeous, and it was a little bit more expensive than what I at least would expect to spend at a store like HomeGoods or TJ Maxx or something like that, but I guess this is kind of the price that you can expect to start seeing at a lot of places like that, because I think I spent around $50 on this, but hopefully it's something that I will use for many years and it will last me a long time, and like I said, I just absolutely love the way that it looks. And then my new doormat is the other thing that I bought at Michael's, and it says turn back now, and it's got a little bat on it and just a nice little border around it. It's a pretty simple doormat, but I think the cut of it adds a little extra something to it. And again, I know I just used this word to describe the wreath, but I'm gonna use it again. I think it looks really elegant because it's not just like the boring old rectangle doormat. It's got like a little something extra to it with the way that it's cut, so I think it goes really nicely with my new wreath, and yeah, I just really like the way that they look paired together. So yeah, those are all of the things that I have purchased from various stores for Halloween. I think this is probably going to be my last Halloween decor haul for this year because my apartment is just very full of Halloween things at the moment, and there's not much more that I can fit in here, but we'll see what happens, and I'm sure I'll probably add some new things next year, but I think this is probably all for now. So that does bring us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!